our focus is on the Ghana Prison Service, where we are going to have a very important discussion. And today, our topic is modernization of Ghana Prison Service and Think Prisons 360 Degrees Initiative. Today, we delve into a bold and transformative agenda, the Think Prisons 360 Degrees Initiative, a comprehensive strategy designed to modernize, reposition, and rebrand the Ghana Prison Service into a world-class, technology-driven, secure, and human-centered correctional institute. This forward-thinking vision seeks to shift public perception, strengthen operational efficiency, and enhance the dignity, welfare, and rehabilitation of both officers and inmates. With its 5 strategic pillars: welfare, agriculture, mechanization, industrialization, business for wealth creation, and special initiatives, the Ghana Prison Service is chanting a new path towards economic sustainability, security excellence, and rehabilitation-focused correctional practices. Now, joining us to unpack the details are a particular figure spearheading the communication and visibility on this national agenda. And I have with me CSP Abdul Latif Adamu, who is the Chief Public Relation Officer for Ghana Prison Service. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So let's go straight to today's agenda.
Okay.
I want to ask you that why this initiative?
Thank you. First and foremost, let me seize this opportunity to educate our audience on the Ghana Prison Service. Because a lot of people seem not to really
understand the whole operational system
of the Ghana Prison Service. The Ghana Prison Service is a state security institution mandated by the 1992 Constitution to perform certain functions. The functions include safe custody of the incarcerated individuals, maintaining their welfare, and then taking them through reformation and rehabilitational programs to ensure behavioral changes for smooth social reintegration. So that is the holistic, in this holistic sense, the mandate of the Ghana Prison Service. Yes, and the Ghana Prison Service is the third in terms of the hierarchy of our security architecture. Is the third.
That is the third.
Yes. The first is the military, the second is the Ghana Police Service, and the Ghana Prison Service is the third. Then, after the Ghana Prison Service is Ghana National Fire Service, the Immigration Service, because I realize that in most cases when we attend programs, they tend to mix them up. And we security institutions, we take these things a bit serious.
You're right. So yeah, the third.
Yes. Security. Yes, institution in terms of the architecture or the structure. Yes. So mandated to perform these. So you realize that by this, you realize that we actually complement and complete the work of the criminal justice system. Because the police does the arrest, it goes to the courts, then the courts does the conviction. And then the person comes to us. So the success or the failure of the Ghana Prison Service reflects in the success or the failure of the criminal justice system.
Sure.
Yeah. So that is how critical the role of the Ghana Prison Service is. So I usually tell my audience that we play the role of the hospital, but the disease we treat is behavioral disease. Yes, not pathogenic.
That's a behavioral disease.
Yes, we look at behaviors. Yeah. So behaviors that have deviated from the law is what we are mandated to treat. So the protocols that the medical officer goes through in analyzing, coming out with the causes, and then preferred treatment, and then at the end prescribing what to do we also go through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yes. So when the person comes, we need to analyze, find out what brought the person, what actually led the person to that, and then
go through this thorough
assessment
before.
Yes, And then so it's after that that we also look at what program regimes do we need to take the person through to ensure behavioral changes. So for instance, if somebody comes in through drugs, then we need to find out, was the person addicted? If yes, so that means the addiction that led the person to continue on taking the drug. So what can we do to help the person come out of addiction? That means we need to put the person on addiction recovery program. And all these things are happening in our prisons in Ghana. Yes, but unfortunately, people do not know much about it. Yeah, so in a nutshell, this is the Ghana prisons service. So prisons is not limited to following inmates to work outside and then bringing them back, as people usually think. Yes,
it's because we see more of that.
Yes.
In our localities. So people tend to have that focus that, so they are in to just lead the inmates to do some labor activities. So now let's shift the conversation as you've educated the public on your operational system. I want to find out that why this initiative, and also how will you describe its overall strategic direction for the Ghana Prison Service?
Yes, the Ghana Prison Service over the years has been seen as only warehousing inmates, and aside that, not contributing anything significant to national public safety and national development, more or less. So this initiative called Think PRISONS360 has come to reposition the service to contribute significantly to public safety and national development. So that is the whole idea about the Think Prisons 360. And so what we are saying is that we want to be seen as a modern correctional institution that is responsive to the needs of the inmates as well as the officers and even the country. Yeah, because the needs of the inmates are different, the officers' needs are different, and the needs of the society is also different. The needs of the inmates is their reformation, rehabilitation, and welfare. The needs of the officers is how to improve their well-being so that they can continue to work, they have job satisfaction and give their all. You understand? And the needs of the society is public safety, how they can feel safe in going about their daily activities. So the Think Prisons 360 captures all these and how we can better meet these needs. Yes.
So one thing that makes me happy is that it's really focusing on the two projects, as in for officers and also for inmates.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not only being sentenced only on officers, but both officers and inmates.
Exactly.
So as its main core is rebranding and repositioning public perception. So
exactly.
as a PR person for Ghana Prison Service, I just want to ask you that what are the strategies being deployed for this whole project?
Yes, first and foremost, the rebranding project is to help the people see us differently by making them see more of what we do. Yes, in terms of security, the ones that can be showcased. Yes, we will do that, or we are doing that. And in terms of inmate welfare, yes, what we do, even the kind of professionals we work with. Because people think that prison service is full of dropouts, school dropouts. People, I remember when I took the decision to join the service after my master's degree in Legon, my colleagues asked me, what are you going to prisons for? Prisons are places that's it. So, but after joining, it was until I joined that I realized they have a lot of professionals, medical doctors, architects, engineers, just name them, lawyers, etc., etc.
So this is a misconception people have.
You understand? So we are working on a lot of projects in terms of even showing the staffing situation, the professional areas in the service. And we believe all these will help in shaping the perception that people have. And then what we do in terms of a break. Yeah, because a lot of people think that we are just warehousing the inmates. We are not using them for anything. Yes, so in terms of a Greek, we are producing a documentary that well, that is highlighting, and they'll be showing that. I'm sure we came with some of the videos.
Okay.
They'll be showing that is highlighting what we are doing in terms of crop production, in terms of livestock farming, in terms of aquaculture, what we are doing, and you'll be amazed to see what is happening in the prisons in terms of these areas I've mentioned and the agric. Yes, and how the Prisons 360 is coming in to improve what is currently happening in our prisons. Yeah, talking about in terms of industrialization, vocational learning, and skill acquisition, we have a lot. Talking about formal education, this year we graduated 66 inmates from University of Cape Coast, where 3 of them came out with first class in prison. In prison.
I'm not surprised. You know why? Because I did a story, Ghana Boston Institute.
Yes.
And when I went there, the things I saw for myself, I was so impressed. The students, and also some, also, we had the formal and informal school.
Yes.
When you go to the informal school, the things they were doing was so amazing. But the only challenge was that they were just asking or calling for the public to patronize their services.
Exactly.
That was the only challenge. But the inmates, I even interviewed one who, I think from a different country, I think Nigeria, who is a singer, and he was singing. And I asked him a lot of questions. What brought him? He told me, and he's doing well in terms of academics. He was really doing well. I was so impressed, so impressed about how this guy was transformed. Not only him, a lot of people, and even how they saw your uniforms and other things. I was so amazed. So it means that a lot is really going on. Just that Ghana Prison Service, to me, is not projecting these things for us to see. That is why there's a lot of misconception around the operational.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying that as part of the rebranding project, we are embarking on a serious projection of what we do in our corrections. The ones that will not compromise security, because not everything we can really show. Yes. So, and you spoke about the inmates saying that when they produce does not really have the market.
Absolutely.
Yes. And it is one of the things that I think Prisons 360 seeks to address. There is one thematic area that's prisons business and wealth creation. And the prison business and wealth creation address directly this challenge, where we are saying that we are open to business in the various areas of our operation in terms of what we produce, if it is agric, if it is industrial activities, if it is any other activity that the prisons has the capacity to do. We are open for business in those areas. So whoever is interested should come in and collaborate. And as you speak, in fact, when back at Nsawam, I worked in Nsawam for about 10 years. And, we have this Kente Wivin and Fugu, those who are into that, inmates who are into that. And we had some individuals coming from outside to buy them.
To buy them.
At a reduced cost, so that they would also go and sell them outside for their profit margins. So we are encouraging more of this so that will motivate the inmates to do more. Exactly.
Okay, so now let's shift our focus to welfare, staff development, and human dignity. So staff welfare remains a major pillar in the strategy. So as a PR communication person, can you tell us how the welfare reform is?
Okay. For the staff or for both?
For staff.
For staff. Okay. Thank you.
In terms of accommodation, health care, training, to motivate officers to boost their...
Yes. In terms of accommodation, I must say that we need a lot of improvement in that area. Yes, because if you go to visit our barracks, and it's the same old structures. We call them Kwame Nkrumah, pre-Kwame Nkrumah, pre-independent structures. You understand? That measures like 10 by 10 or 10 by 12. Yes, and you have an officer living in one. And
a single room?
In a single room. And some are privileged in living in two. And even that, they are managing. And this is a serious welfare concern. Yes, assuming that officer has a wife and children. How does he or she manage issues of privacy. Yes, with the presence of all these family members in this little space.
I have friends.
You understand?
Yeah, in your headquarters.
So
I know what is it, the whole
thing
system is.
Yeah, so the thing PRISONS360 is saying that officers also deserve better accommodation. So the Director General of Prisons, Mrs. Patience Bafuboni, is saying that she's open for partnership and collaborations in ensuring that officers get befitting ultra-modern accommodation infrastructure. Currently, when you visit our headquarters, you realize that there is a redevelopment project ongoing for officers' accommodation. Yes, so it has started. It has started. But what we are saying is that we don't need that only in Accra. We need that across the country so that our officers can also have befitting. It is only when the officer sleeps well that he can come to work in the morning with a motivated soul, more or less. You understand? And the mindset to impact positively. But if the officer doesn't sleep well, what do you expect the next day from him? The officer will come to work aggrieved. At the slightest provocation, he becomes aggressive. The officer will not be motivated to even give his all. And so there are a lot of other challenges. So the issue of accommodation for officers is very, very critical. That needs to be, yes. And the Think PRISONS360 is calling for partnership in that area. Yes, so that we can improve officers' accommodation.
Now let's focus on the inmates in terms of dignity for them, overcrowding and also feeding.
Yes.
How is this addressing public concern?
Yes, fortunately, let me start from the feeding. Fortunately, the current government has seen the need or saw the need to increase inmates' feeding rate from 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis. And the prisons, we are grateful for that. We really appreciate that effort by the president. And we still are hoping for, for more to reflect current economic situations. Yes, because 5 cedis is okay, but it still hasn't taken us there where we want to be. And by that, what it means is we need to do other things to support inmate feeding. Yes, and so as part of the Think PRISONS360 initiative, when you go to the special initiative section, our Director General of Prisons has introduced what she called the DG's Kitchen, Director General's Kitchen. That is a special project where she has mandated all commanders in the country to have a kind of a backyard garden where they grow tomatoes, pepper, garden eggs, and a kind of a free-range poultry. And the purpose of that is to improve upon the nutritional quality of the inmate feeding. And so I can tell you that for now, when you visit our prisons, you will not see the Zontoli that used to be there. You see the improved version of inmate ration in our facilities. Yeah, so that is how serious we are dealing with the issue of inmate feeding. Because the quality of feeding reflects in both physical and mental health of the inmates. Yeah, so by dealing with that, it helps us to also cut down on the number of physical and mental health situations. Conditions that we experience in our prisons. Yes. So now coming to the issue of their overcrowding situation and what have you. Yes, the overcrowding situation, let me put it on record, that it's not all the prisons that are experiencing overcrowding, especially the female prisons are not experiencing overcrowding in Ghana. The overcrowding situations are limited to the male facilities and, in fact, the popular facilities, if I may have to put it. A place like in Sawam, a place like Ofuridwe, a place like Kumasi, and it's because of how those structures have been designed. Those structures are purposefully designed to contain certain categories of inmates. Yes, but the problem is in Ghana, the purposefully designed facilities are highly limited. We don't have a lot of them. Most of our prison facilities are adapted structures that were not built with prisons in mind. So those structures in themselves come with some limitations. You understand? Yeah. So by that, certain categories of inmates cannot be kept in those facilities. So what it means is that all the inmates in that specific category would have to be pushed to a certain facilities. And that is what is influence, is one of the reasons, in fact, there are others, it's one of the reasons influencing overcrowding in those selected facilities. So what our Director General is saying is that she's calling for more purpose-built infrastructure, prison infrastructure. And let me seize this opportunity to thank the Church of Pentecost for the wonderful things they have done for us in the area of infrastructure. Yeah, they've built 3 facilities, ultra-modern ones for us, and they are still on it because they promised to give us 5. 3 are completed and handed over, and they are still on the other 2. Very soon we will finish and they will hand over the rest. So we thank them, and we are calling on other faith-based organizations, other businesses, other people who really can support to follow suit. Let's solve this problem. Yes, let's solve this problem because it really has a lot of influence on how we are able to reform and rehabilitate our inmates. Yes, if the facilities don't support it, you can't, it makes it very, very, very difficult. And let me also state that the current president started the building of a remand home in Insamom. And when he came, I think he has really emphasized, reiterated the fact that he's giving it all the needed attention to complete it. And once that happens, it will help us in separating the remands from the convicts. Yes, and that will help to free some space. Yes, so thereby reducing overcrowding. Yes, in our prisons. But we currently we also have certain systems in place that are used in controlling the situation so that it doesn't get out of hand. We have transfer of inmates. Yes, so from time to time, we transfer the inmates from one facility to the other. Yes, just to ensure where there is little space, then we transfer
because
inmates.
The visuals that we see on our television and social media is so heartbreaking.
Yes, but
I'm told they sleep in batches.
Oh, let me tell you, the situation has improved.
Really?
Yes, those videos are actually very old videos.
So if I go with you right now, I'll see something.
Oh, you see an improved version of our prisons. Yes, things are really working. We really are tackling the challenges one after the other, but we need a lot of external support in making sure that we are able to deal with the situations holistically. Yes, to reposition the service as a modern correctional institution. Yes.
So we know that the Ghana Prison Service is establishing funds like Prisons Infrastructure Development Fund and Prisons Improvement and Sustainability PESWA Fund.
Yes.
And funding is very, very important.
Yes.
Without funding, there is no way we'll be able to achieve all these initiatives. Exactly. And as you are calling on Ghanaians and the diaspora, I want to find out that what channel or campaign is being meted out to mobilize these funds.
Okay, we have a short code that gives every Ghanaian the opportunity to support in rebranding and repositioning the prison service. Like you rightly said, you may not be that rich to build a prison facility for us. You may not be that rich to give us an ultra-modern agric implement, a tractor, a plier, a combined harvester, or what have you. Yes, but there is this opportunity for you to also contribute at least 1 cedi to the repositioning of the Ghana Prison Service. And the short code that one can use is, can I go on?
Yeah, please, you can go on.
It's star 972 star.
Star 972 star.
1 star 3100 hash.
Is it across all the networks?
Yes, across all the networks.
So please just
it's star 972 star 1 star 3100 hash.
I hope the process is not that cumbersome.
No, it's not. The moment, as soon as you enter this code on your phone, it leads you to a platform, and you can just donate there. It will ask you how much you are interested in donating, a minimum of 1 cedi, a maximum of your capacity, what your capacity can afford, what your packet can afford.
So assuming somebody wants to come to the service directly, what process?
Yes.
Does a person go through in terms of funding?
Funding. The Director General's office is open to the public. Yes. So the person will only need to visit the prison headquarters, request to see the Director General of Prisons. And she's a very welcoming person. Yes, she welcomes everybody to her office. Yeah, so please, and our office is located at Cantonment, just opposite the police hospital. Yes, you come there and then request to see the Director General with your proposal, and you are good to go. We'll give you access, and you see the Director General, have whatever discussions you wish to make.
So the public is welcome.
The public
to just
is welcome.
Walk in anytime,
Yes,
any day
any
to
day.
support this great initiative.
Exactly.
So how important is partnership with religious groups, private entities, and corporate institutions in driving this reform agenda?
Yes, it's so important because government cannot do it all. Yes, government cannot do it all. And like you said, correctional issues are not just the responsibility of government or prisons. They are the responsibility of every well-meaning Ghanaian. You understand? So the faith-based organizations, we are already in some kind of collaborations with them, but we are calling for more, and we are calling for them to review, study this strategic direction, and see how best they can support in this strategy, how they can align their activities in the prisons to this strategic initiative. So all of them are important. They should all come on board based on their interest and where they think they can support. And we are ever ready to work with them. Yes.
So let's go back to accountability in terms of the funding, which is very, very important because everybody wants to know that what he or she is donating is being used for its intended purpose. So in terms of accountability, what mechanisms are being put in place to ensure that the money being sent to your coffers are being used for this initiative?
Yes.
How can you assure Ghanaians or the public about this whole project?
Yeah, the Director General of Prisons, Mrs. President Bonnie Esquire, has stated that time and outnumbered in almost all her speeches that she will render annual accounts.
Okay.
And those accounts will be published. Yes, in terms of how much came in, from who and who and who, and then what those monies have been disbursed for. Yes. So and the networks that are managing this are also open for those. So if whatever she brings out contradicts what they have per their records, it will be rectified. So she is ready to give, to be very transparent and accountable to every person, irrespective of how much you contribute. If it's 1 cedi, your 1 cedi will be accounted for. Yes.
Okay, so now let's shift the focus to audiovisual, and we know that it plays a critical role in reshaping this initiative. Yes. So what is the main role for the audiovisual system?
Yeah, the audiovisual section or unit, they are mainly responsible for producing of documentaries and other relevant videos that needs to be put out there to really help the public know what is happening in our prisons. And a lot of that has been done. I'm sure they are even showing some on the screen now. So the audiovisual unit have produced comprehensive videos on Agric, highlighting all that we do in Agric. Yes, for people who really want to come and partner us in Agric. Because yes, it's in Agric, but you may not want to come and partner in, say, crop production. You may be interested in pickets. So we have highlighted, the audiovisual is highlighting all these aspects to the public, our potential investors, our potential strategic partners.
To tell the success stories.
Exactly, so that they can take a decision, not only in Agric, but in other reformation, rehabilitation, in education,
training, agriculture.
Yes, the audiovisual is doing a very good work in that direction. And we are also working closely with our media partners, including you. Yes.
Yeah, that is support. The media is always there to support.
Yes, in ensuring that this agenda really goes far. But let me state one thing. In this whole rebranding agenda, there is one thing that is very important: change of name. Because the name Ghana Prison Service, you see, for over the years, have come to represent warehousing. And the moment the name prison service is mentioned, that is what people remember. Yes, warehousing, a place where criminals and offenders are kept. You understand? And that is it. It doesn't really highlight the correctional aspect of what goes on in the prisons. So it's just a reminder. I think the current government has captured that beautifully in their manifesto, that they will look at how best they can introduce or stimulate a change in name from Ghana Prison Service to Ghana Correctional Service. And that alone influences the mindset of officers, it influences the mindset of inmates, and influences the mindset of the general public and even a potential investor or collaborator. Because the person now will know that, oh, okay, they are into corrections. You understand? But as it stands now, Ghana Prison Service, it really hides a lot of things. So we are calling with a very respectful and humble voice that the name should be looked at. Yes, so that it can reflect what happens in our prisons. Now, Ghana Correctional Service. I think I'll be proud calling myself a correctional officer. In fact, I'm proud being a prison officer, but I'll be more proud if I'm called a correctional officer, because that really reflects what I do.
Okay.
Yes.
That's to reintegrate them back to society. So I'm not trying to shift the focus, but reintegrating them into society has also become another challenge. Because when they are back home, how we accept them is also different.
Exactly.
We see them to be something else, not they being part of us. We treat them, I don't know, the perception around them is so weird. So integrating them, they coming back, we are happy they're coming back to our societies, but the process they go through being reintegrated and how we accepting them back become a whole challenge. So what is the service doing in terms of this barrier when they are being released back to our society?
Yes, I think one of the causes is the lack of trust. Society seems to lack trust for people who are coming from the prisons. The society really doesn't accept it that they really have been transformed or reformed or corrected. You understand? So that is where the change of name, the effect of the change of name even begins.
It's very important.
You understand? So if the society knows, oh, it's a correctional service, the person went to, not a prison. He's in corrections, not in prison. He's in corrections.
So
you understand?
Change that misconception.
Exactly. So that is one very bold and significant step in dealing with the problem of stigma and discrimination and rejection of the inmate. And yes, and the second thing is highlighting more of the reformation and rehabilitation processes and programs that they do. Now, if the general public knows that inmates now go to school, they have the opportunity to even finish their university degrees in prison. There are avenues for them to learn skills and what have you. It also will influence the attitude of the public towards them when they come out. You understand? And they use them even advising their children. Could you know prison or the degree and if you prison ever? Now what's the honor then I will bravo. You understand? So yes, so the fact that we are highlighting the reformation and rehabilitation programs also has that objective of helping to deal with stigma and consequently rejection and discrimination. You understand?
I understand.
Yes.
So when I did the Boston story, one thing that was projected, we have a lot of people, let me say, dignities who have actually they've gone through the prison service and they are doing well in our societies.
Exactly.
But because of stigma, they won't even come out to tell their stories, to motivate the inmates over there? Because I was told that we have even some journalists who are really doing well currently,
Yes.
who probably could equally come out
To champion.
This whole process for them coming back to be easy. Assuming, example, using myself, I've gone through that process, the correctional center, and I'm doing well. I should get the boldness to go back to the center, to use myself to motivate the inmates over there that all hope is not lost. Being here is not the final say of your life, but I came through this process. But see, I was focused, I was determined, and see where I am currently. And also going back to society is to also reshape their thinking process about all these people who are being reintegrated back
Into society.
to society. So I think we need more of these people to actually come out.
Yes.
Or have you had a chance, or is there any program considering all these?
Yes. A lot has been made in this area. Yes, we have one civil society organization, the Post Foundation Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes, who are doing very well in this area, and we work closely. Yeah, we work closely with them. They take in people who have been discharged from the prison and retrain them, reorient them to know how to start life and go up. But let me also state that in this whole conversation, the media has a big role to play. In most cases, pardon me for what I'm going to say, in most cases, the media highlights the negatives coming from the prison. And when I say the negative, the media will prefer to give their platform to an inmate who went to the prisons and faced certain challenges and hasn't reformed, and then engage the person. Over the year, that's what has been happening. Engage the person because perhaps that's what the public want to hear. You understand? But how many media houses have made the effort in engaging inmates who really have reformed? You understand? Yes. So I think the media can also support us by shifting their focus and strategy a bit. You understand? So that they can now begin to engage those who are doing well, to tell their stories, to encourage others, and that will help in dealing with that negative perception. That, oh, okay, if this, I know most of them, but I can't mention their names here, who are doing very well. Yes, you understand? Because of this same issue of stigma. You understand? So if, with a humble voice and a very respectful one, yes, the media should support in this area by identifying those who have gone through our reformation and rehabilitation programs and have come out successfully. They are doing well. Let's identify them. Let's bring them on our shows. Engage them for the people to know that something good can also come out of prisons.
I don't know. When I wanted to do that story, I went through a lot of process, which nearly discouraged me when I wanted to do that story.
In terms of the security protocols?
Yes.
Okay.
All because a media house came and did something different. Yeah. So, as you said, it really discouraged me to do that story. But I think that story really, really impacted the society because people need to know what is happening to our kids over there.
Exactly.
So I don't know if it's still cumbersome, the process that one has to go through, the media, especially the media.
The media. Yeah. It's not that cumbersome now. Things have been simplified even more. Okay. Yeah, so that's because you can see that now a lot more stories are coming out of our prisons. Yeah. Now people have more access to. We've revised our protocols to make it more media friendly. Yes, but keeping in mind that we still are a security institution, and we need to protect the identity and the privacy of those in our custodies in order not to subject them to the stigma and discrimination that we are talking about. We are talking about now, and it is part of those reasons that sometimes we take you through certain processes to protect the inmates. Yes, protect the inmate. Well, yes, we have some inmates who willingly decided to participate in some media programs and what have you. And today, forgive me and say, some have regretted. Why? Because their images are on social media. Their images are everywhere. And now they have gone on discharge. Now they want to start life. And because their images are out there, people still see them as Kwesdubenu, the prisoner. You understand? And by that, they are. So it's because of some of these things that sometimes we put in place certain protocols. That, okay, let's not show their faces, let's take them from behind, from their back, and what have you, so that we can protect the inmates.
Okay, so now, is there any special role aside? I'm talking about the audiovisual unit.
Okay.
Is there any other role they are playing to champion this initiative?
Yes, a lot. They are the ones managing our social media handles, and the videos they are producing. We are circulating it all over our TikTok pages. These days, the reels are what moves very, very fast and reaches a very large audience, and so they are actively involved in producing content every now and then, in ensuring that. And one significant thing that is also happening is that our Director General is also interested in creative art and media work. And so as we speak, she is calling for more training for our inmates as well as officers in the area of photography, videography, and other creative art and projects. Yes. So, and all these things are being seriously managed by the audiovisual, yes, unit. So they are doing a lot, not only projecting the service, but also helping in the training of the inmates in our custody.
Okay.
And we are calling for more collaborations in that area.
So your final message for Ghanaians,
yes,
based on the initiative.
Okay. Let me say that let's stop seeing the prisoners, all the prisoners, as criminals. Yes, they are first. Let's see them first as human beings who may have done something wrong. Yes, this morning when you were coming, assuming you met an old lady who requested you drop her off the next junction, you pick her up, and the next moment she becomes lifeless in your car. How do you explain that to the law enforcement that you are not the one, you don't have any hand in that? Before you are even able to explain, I'm sure you may have gone through the remand system for some time. Yes. So does that make you a criminal? you understand? Yeah. So these are some of the things. Yes, we are not saying that they are all innocent. But what we are saying is that they are victims of circumstances, situations, and what have you. Very complex situations that can lead almost every individual to the prison. So let's all support in making the prisons a better place, so that should in case you happen to be there either accidentally or intentionally, you at least receive a better treatment. And our Director General always says that we never know who our next guest is. And that is the reason why we should all contribute to making the prison a better place, a place that reforms, a place that is responsive to the welfare needs of the human beings there.
We are so much grateful. We're speaking with CSP Abdul Latif Adamu, who is the Chief Public Relation Officer for Ghana Prison Service, on the topic modernization of Ghana Prison Service under Think Prisons 360 Degrees Initiative, which is aimed to rebrand, reposition the Ghana Prison Service in a different pathway. So we are grateful for coming through to delve into this important initiative, and we know that it's going to help build our prison system in Ghana. But before you take a leave, can you tell us or recall the short code to viewers before we finally wrap up?
Okay. So to anyone who wishes to support the prisons, the short code is *972 *1 *3100#.
Okay.
Yes.
So
*972 *1 *3100#.
That's across all our network. Which is *972 *1 *3100# to all our networks. Because we are grateful. That's where time will permit us to end this program. We are so much grateful for your time. I am your host, Nanecha Abwaje. Keep watching Bullet TV as we bring you more programs. And you can follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on X, and also on our website as bullettvonline.com. Do enjoy the rest of our programs. Stay on.